Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Today I'm gonna just be documenting my trade as usual. I got into a buy on ES and took a L. Um, we close to the loss limit, so like if next week I don't get on my shit and get at least two wins, like back to back wins, most likely. That's what I prefer. Monday and Tuesday, we probably gonna lose the account if I don't get at least like two wins back to back. One will be good if I can get a good setup and have a decent amount of points to catch. Um, but if I take about like a $250 L like twice back to back, then that's gonna be probably losing the account or close to it. So, or I forgot I could trade micros. I didn't think about that, but for this trade today, though, it was a real ugly situation. So this dotted line right here was the price limit or whatever, the top step rule where you can't trade within like 2% of the price limit. So I put a this dotted line right there so I know not to trade below that. Or I think they said they will liquidate your account if you trade below that. I think this price point is correct. I was like researching. I don't fully understand it, but I was trying to find as much information as I can about it to understand the price limit for ES. I seen that NQ and some other pairs hit the price limit yesterday, but it didn't have anything for ES yesterday. But yeah. So, anyways, I wasn't trading below this, so I got into a buy within this area. Um, so originally I was looking for a sale here, but price ended up continuing. Hold on, let me get this tool. Price ended up continuing the trend down, and then it ended up reversing and flipping bullish. So since it was flipping bullish on the 5 minute, and then on the 15 minute, it flipped bullish as well, at least for the way that I look at market structure. So this is how I look at it. And price made a lower high, a higher low, and then it broke to the upside. So the trend, the uptrend isn't confirmed, but it did break structure to the upside. And also, it got these gaps to fill in above on the 5 minute is even more gaps. But that was what I was looking at. That's the reason that I wasn't looking for shorts anymore, was because for one, this price limit, if I was to even look for shorts, I would be trading below this price limit and I probably would have my position liquidated. So I wasn't even looking for shorts because of that and because price ended up reversing anyway. So also, it was NFP was 730 right here. It didn't do too much, but NFP did hit, so I didn't trade at this 730, and then I waited for price to pull back into this demand zone. So draw 5 minute structure again. So we got this high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So I was looking to enter, or at least I was looking for a setup right here. And then I was also looking for a setup right here too. But at this point, my stop loss was going to be down here and below the price limit. So that wasn't really too smart. Even though the trade would have played out, it wouldn't have been too smart to do that. And then also, I don't like to have a stop loss more than 10 points when I'm trading minis. So I actually should have went to micros. But even if I went to micros, I wouldn't be able to trade above two contracts, I think. So I wouldn't really be making any profit at all, honestly. So, but regardless, Um, I was looking for a buy after it retested this level, and then right here, and I would have been looking at this entry. That was my first entry I was looking for. But the stop loss, if I put it back here, the stop loss was 24 points. And I like it to be 10 points or less. And then also, when price wicked above and pulled back into this demand zone, I was looking for a buy here, but the stop loss was 20 points. So what I did was, which was probably stupid, I really shouldn't have done this. This kind of broke my rules. This kind of what I was talking about yesterday about being impatient and trying to get into the setup. So price did come up and hit this old 15-minute supply zone, and then it pushed down. And so since I was already looking for a setup within here, when price came and retested this demand zone, and then the price limit was right here, so I can't trade below the price limit. So I ended up waiting for it to retest, and I just got into a trade like around here. And then wherever it gave me a 10-point stop loss, I just had the max point stop loss that I was looking for. And then, I was targeting a 1 to 2. And it ended up just, it went up 200 in profit, and then immediately pulled back and sweep this 5-minute low. And it instantly stopped me out. So I was like, yeah, I should have just, all in all, just waited for price to just probably just get out this whole zone, honestly, because everything that was just going on in this zone was just conflicting with one another. If I was trying to enter in the sale here, I got to worry about the price limit here, and then if I was trying to enter in buys here, this 15-minute level still can hold because price hasn't confirmed the uptrend on the 15-minute. It broke structure, but I need a continuation of structure for it to confirm the uptrend for me. Um, but also, if I was to get into a buy, then all my stop losses would be above 10 points, and that's just not what I like. So I ended up entering the trade off of a pullback. Not it already from here, from this zone here, it already broke the candle and it already pushed up, and then I entered off the pullback. And so that's not necessarily how I enter either. The only way I would enter like that is when price gives me my entry before 6 a.m. because I don't trade before 6 a.m. I wait till 6 a.m. So if my entry came before 6 a.m., say like 5:40, 5:55, something like that, and then it pulls back into the entry zone, then I'll enter. But during my trading session, I don't enter in that way. But for some reason, I did this time because of the stop loss. I didn't like how big the stop loss was, and so price pushed up without me, and then ended up pulling back. So I shouldn't have done that. But if anything, I should have entered. If I wanted to enter off the pullback, I should have entered off the pullback within the candle that ended up breaking. And I don't even know if it gave it to me, so I'm gonna just look right now and see what it did. Let me mark it first. This is the candle. Oh, never mind, I'm tripping. This is the candle that I was looking for it to get broken. And let me just delete this. We go to the 1 minute. So I was looking for break of the candle, and my stop loss would have been 20 points. And this is below the price limit too, so I would probably put my stop loss here so my position doesn't get liquidated before then. And then I also go within a 10-point range. So yeah, price did pull back and then gave me 10-point stop loss with a 1 to 2 trade. So it actually did do what I would have looked for. But then also you gotta look that this 730 candle was NFP. So let me go to I'm going to Forex Factory on my phone to double check 730 non-farm employment change. So yeah, 730 was NFP, NFE, whatever. And so that's another reason that I probably wouldn't got into this trade too, because of the news. I told y'all I'm not entering in a trade during news because I've been stopped out many times during news. It has also helped me many times, but I would rather let the trade go without me when it comes to news because it could just stop me out, go in my direction, or go in my direction, don't hit TP, and then reverse immediately. So yeah, it was just a lot of stuff going on. All in all, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not happy with my trade that I took. Um, I feel like that impatience and that eagerness to get into a trade crept up on me again, and I just entered just based off hope for one, and just wanting to get into a trade. Like I should be confident that my trade is going to do this, do this, do that, hit TP, you know what I'm saying, and be confident in my setup. But this, whatever I took, like a little pullback or whatever, it was a little higher than this. Uh, Took a little pullback. My stop loss wasn't in the correct position, and everything. It just didn't play out. You know what I'm saying? How I wanted it to. Even if it would have hit take profit, just my entry all in all didn't play out how I wanted to. Like I should have just been waiting. Like I shouldn't even be in a trade right now. I should still be looking for a setup, waiting for price to probably invalidate this supply zone, break and close through it. Maybe on the 15 minutes, since this is a 15-minute zone, I just modified it to a 5-minute zone, and then wait for a pullback, and then regular entry, like whatever, what I'm supposed to do. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Also, I'm gonna say it here on this video, so I have to do it. But I'm gonna also stop trading on my phone. I'm going to come to my laptop and trade on my laptop because I feel like trading and then recording my screen while I'm trading helps me stay disciplined even more. Because if I'm recording it and I know I'm going to upload it to YouTube, it kind of makes me be even more disciplined. And rather than me trading on my phone in my bed looking for a setup, and I like before I came to record this video, I was looking for a trade off the 1 minute that would have played out, which is the crazy part. But I only trade one. I only take one trade a day, and I was thinking, okay, I took this loss, and then I was looking. I was like, but what if I can take a trade off this 1 minute and then make my loss back? And then I was like, but then if I do that, then I'm gonna have to come on the video and be like, oh, I took this loss, but then I also got in on the 1 minute, and then I got a win. But even if I got a win, that would have been good profit wise, and max drawdown wise. But I still broke my rules at the end of the day, and I broke my rules on this trade by entering in off this pullback and not having my stop loss in the correct placement. Um, I missed this setup, and so I was still trying to make this setup work. When it in reality it didn't work. It ended up breaking below the candle that I would have put my stop loss under, and then it already went up into this 15-minute zone and did whatever it was gonna do. So I should have just canceled that setup altogether, but instead I was still trying to make it work, and then I entered in off of somewhere up in here, broke my rules, didn't do what I was supposed to do, and then I was gonna enter in. It was somewhere off this 1 minute over here, and I was just gonna enter in with my stop loss right here, and the same thing. I was gonna be like, whatever 10 points is, and then I was gonna go up to a 1 to 2, and then you can see it played out, but it was gonna break my rules. So psychologically, it was going to completely like mess me up because at the beginning of the year, that's what I was struggling with. But it was the opposite. I was breaking my rules, but I was winning my trades. Like I went on like a 4 trade win streak on my last funded Topstep account, and I was up 2.8K. And then I ended up losing it all, and I couldn't even get my fifth winning day. So, and then also to get funded with that account, I broke my rules with that account too. Like I went back to my journal and looked at the trades that I was taking, and I was calling them good setups when I was journaling. But then when I went back to look at my journal after I failed the challenge, I was looking at like I really just broke my rules on a lot of these setups, and so I shouldn't have even been funded in the first place with that specific account. And it was really just lucky that I was up 2.8K because I wasn't following my plan. So I'm trying not to go back in that direction, which I broke my rules. It's crazy how much times I look back and see that I broke my rules on this funded account I got now. That like that's probably why I'm not mad that I keep taking losses, because I can't blame nobody but myself. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm gonna just try to take accountability and then have to actually do what I need to do to change. I can't just keep saying I broke my rules, keep saying I'm gonna follow my plan, and then every morning I just wake up and do the complete opposite, and then just be like, "Oh, I broke my rules. I need to follow my plan." Da da da. Da. Like that's not gonna get me nowhere. Like I'm not gonna go through that cycle. So, so yeah, that's really all I got for y'all. I'll show the profit and loss. Uh, there's another thing too. I took a big ass loss, 490. Um, I don't really trade and have a stop loss that big, um, unless it's a perfect setup and I have the max stop loss, which is 10 points, because that's going to give me a $500 drawdown. But I basically wasted this money on a shitty setup that wasn't even a part of my plan. So that's why this is like even more unacceptable. But let me go to the performance stats. Um, Scroll down. Yeah, so we up 105 for the week, which is it's bad. It's bad because y'all already know why it's bad for today. And then if you watched my video yesterday, you know why it's bad for yesterday too. Because I broke my rules both of these days, and then just so happened when I followed my rules, I had a win on both of these days. So I recapped Tuesday through Thursday in my journal already, and I went and back tested my setups. Not necessarily setups that I took. I just went back in time and back tested that my trading session to see what trades that I could have seen looking back hindsight, and I ended up coming up with the same setups for these two trades. And then also for Wednesday, I found a second setup that I could have took if I didn't what you call it if I no was it when I don't remember. I think it was, matter of fact, I think it was all 3 of these days. Yeah, from Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I found a second setup that I could have taken if I missed the initial setup that I was looking for. So these two was correct. I followed my rules. I double checked. This one I double checked, and I didn't follow my rules. If you want to go see that, I made a video about that yesterday, about not following my rules on this trade from Thursday. It should be a day 15, the day 15 video about patience. And but yeah, and it was two setups for Thursday that I supposed to catch. I came to the market. I said I was gonna look for this or look for that, and then I ended up looking for something completely different. And then after I got stopped out, both of my trades ended up playing out how I wanted to, but I couldn't get in them because I only take one trade a day. And that's another reason I take one trade a day is because my P&L would be in the negative. Like this week, I probably would be, matter of fact, this account probably wouldn't even still be here right now because on my winning days, I know how hard it is to just win a trade. And so on my winning days, I would just take my W. But then on the days that I lose, I end up taking two trades because I used to give myself a two trade max for the day. So when I win, I wouldn't take advantage of that two trade max. But when I lose, I did. So even if I make 500 on the next day, if I lost two times, I would lose 500 or I would lose 700. And so I would end up being either break even or in the negative. And so for a week span, that would have me in negative drawdown or at break even, which is why I couldn't. Well, that's the profit factor of why I couldn't keep an account. But I was taking all the losses because I wasn't following my plan every single trade. Not every single loss, I wasn't following my plan. Some trades just, hit stop loss or whatever. But I would say at least 50% of those trades I wasn't following my plan, and I was just trading strictly off of impatience and FOMO and greed of wanting to just make back the money that I lost. Just the feeling of being in a trade and getting a win is a good feeling, and I would be chasing that feeling, and I'm still dealing with chasing that feeling. But yeah, so that's what I did for the day. I put the personal lockout so I wouldn't take any more trades, wouldn't even think about taking any more trades. And yeah, so we're gonna show up Monday and we're gonna actually do what we supposed to do. And we're gonna make sure of it, or I'm gonna make sure of it. And so yeah, that's all I got for y'all today though. This is day 16 of my 50K Topstep account. Hopefully next week won't be the last week of this account because we are at $500 balance, and we only got a $0 maximum loss limit because it's scaling. Once you take a payout, it scales all the way up to zero. So hopefully next week we come with some banger trades and get our profit above 2,000. And I want to take profit everything over 2K to have a nice amount of buffer so that I don't have to be looking at $500 worth of drawdown basically, you know. And but I did take a payout only because I wanted to break even on my investment of $200 for the activation fee and for purchasing the combine so that I can use that money to buy more combines so that I can, scale my profits all together because I think I'm gonna end up copy trading once I can get multiple funded accounts. So that's the trade for the day. I see y'all well, not tomorrow. I see y'all Monday for day 17. And yeah, thank y'all for watching. Like, subscribe, comment if you have any questions or just anything, any advice, tips, or anything. And I'll see y'all in the next one.